Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Good evening, and this is my attempt to do a video response to a couple of questions from a young man, Dragon Models. Now, he left a couple of questions in my comment box, which I felt I couldn't sort of do all the typing and sort of answer his questions because I'm not that good with the old. That's it. That's how I operate a keyboard, like that. So I thought I'd do this video back just to explain things. He left me two questions, two very good questions. That's right, it's a big bully thing. The first one was how many kits or projects have I got on the go. The second one is how long did it take me to do a model. Now, really, these two questions in my eyes are sort of like all in one. Time, I never put any type of time onto any type of build that I do. That's an ex-builder talking as well. The simple reason is each project that you do is it's different, and it's going to take different times because all the builds that all my models and that, they're not all the same. So I don't put a time scale on for the simple reason, if you're working to the clock as well, you know, you've got 12 hours to do this or whatever, or a week to do it, you're going to end up, and this is experience, you're going to end up cutting corners, making mistakes because you're watching the clock, not what you're doing. Yet you might get it in within the time that you specified to yourself, but you can guarantee when you look at it after the clock strikes 12, you're not going to be happy with it. You're going to see all your mistakes, you're going to see all the corners you cut, and you're going to sit there and wish that I'd just taken a little bit more time. And to me, a few days or a week extra, and to actually get something that you think, I'm pleased with that, I'm happy with that, and onto the shelf, and that's what I've built, that's what I've done, that's worth more than setting a time. So I hope that sort of covered the time issue with you. It's not worth rushing. If you've got projects there, just don't rush them. Don't you know? Just take your time. Enjoy the build. Enjoy everything about the modelling side of it. Anyway, how many projects I got on the run? I've got 5 plus 2 dioramas. I've got 5 kits that are on the go. 2 dioramas. The 2 dioramas I do first, and people are going to say you've only got one. I've just started the Normandy diorama, so in total I've got 5 meters of diorama that I'm building. That's my train set, as I call it, because that will always be there. That will always be extended from that road to Moscow. It's just a platform for me to display the models that I'm building, in the future. My other kits, I don't work. There's certain builders out there which that they prefer to have one model on their bench. They like to do their model, complete it, and move on to the next one. And I'm not saying anything against them people, because that's the way they work best, and that's the best. That's their way of getting their best results. Yes, and there's other people that will probably work too. And there's people like me. I'll work 5. I'll work 10, because it's just in my nature to do that, and I'm not being big-headed, but I've got the ability to do that. For the simple reason is I spent all my life in the building, and I've always had to work on more than one project at a time. I've always had to work and plan days, weeks, months, and even years ahead of buying, ordering, sorting out, planning, things like that. And I work best with more than one thing on the go. The more things I've got on the go, it's better for me. It helps my creativity, should I say? Yeah, I was just about to say that. My artistic flair, I'll put it that way. No, it helps me because I've been punished with a thing they call the mind's eye. That's it, the mind's eye. And I have this ability to see things finished before I've even started them. And it's just a chore then for me to actually get to that finish point. And I know exactly what I want, and solving the problems to get there is the bit that I thoroughly enjoy. That's the bit I get my kick from. That's my adrenaline. So having 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6 kits, it doesn't faze me one bit, because if I hit a problem on one kit, I shall move across, get another kit, and I should be, in my head, I'll be working out how to resolve the problem on that one, and vice versa. You know, I'll be thinking about the other ones, and I'll be rotating, and it stops me from getting bored. Well, this is me. If I'm just explaining about me, it stops me from getting bored, because I do get bored very quickly doing really repetitive stuff day in, day out, day in, day out. I like challenges all the way through. The more challenges in a build, it's better for me. You probably would have noticed that the more detailing, the more thought power, and the more things that I've got to do and overcome, the more I'm at home. But that, like I say, that is me. So that's hopefully covered your questions, because I didn't quite understand what the questions were about. I didn't know if you were sort of like, I can't say stop me if I'm wrong, but I will say stop me if I'm wrong. But I mean, if you're sort of like syncing with quite a few builds and everything else, I would say if you're in that position and time is an issue, time's only an issue if you make it an issue. You know, if you're going to set yourself boundaries and time limits, especially on modelling, I personally don't think it will work. So you have to get the time notion out of your head, and because once you start putting time into it, you're going to stop enjoying what you're doing. And if you're syncing with all different projects, the only advice I can probably give is put all the projects on your bench, pick a project, pick one, pick up the rest and put them to one side, and start working on that project, and try not to think about all your other projects. If you find your mind wandering, you know, thinking about, well, I've still got that chieftain tank or whatever, is maybe combine the two, start working on a few problems on that one, and sort of alternating between the two, so you're not actually getting very stale on on one. But for time, I wouldn't put a time on, you know, because if not, you're not going to achieve what you want. And this is all about having fun and enjoyment and getting a bit of a adrenaline kick out of what you're doing, because it's nice at the end of it when you've finished them and people say, wow, that's good, that's good, you know. I mean, I get a big adrenaline kick out of when people say you've made a really nice job of that. I've always had that kick being in the building trade, because you know, when you've built a project and you finished it and the customer says to you, you know, you've really made a nice job, you know, to me that's just been just as good as, you know, there's a check for doing it. And it's no different with this. I enjoy it. I don't build for other people. I build for myself. I enjoy what I'm doing. The added bonus of it all is when people do say you've made a real nice job of that. That's confirmation of the avenue that I'm going down, that I am creating something that's that other people find enjoyable as well. So I'm rambling on, aren't I? Yeah. But if you're a bit sunk, and you know, I mean, I've got loads and loads and loads and loads of stuff that I've got planned up here. You know, I mean, if you could see in my head, it's you know, it's like Houston train station. There's things coming in and going out, and I'm changing my mind and things like that. I mean, I've got soldiers up here that I need to do for my dioramas. I've never done soldiers before, but I'll play in between other things, and I always find it always ends up coming right. You know, I don't worry about anything. You can't worry about time. Just do it and enjoy everything that you're doing. So I don't know if that's been any help to you. I hope it has, and I hope I haven't rambled on too much. And if you've got any other questions, ask. I'll try my best to help. There's a lot of other people out there in YouTube land that are better equipped on answering some of these questions. You know, there's a lot more experienced modelers out there. There's a lot of good people, you know, out there. There's a lot of idiots as well, but hey ho, we all have to have crosses to bear. I've got Steve Mottram to cross to bear on my back, and we won't go into that now. I'll be getting thumbs down on this video as well. So anyway, sir, I hope it's been helpful. If not, please let me know, and I'll see if we can't do something another way. You know, at the end of the day, don't just, if it hasn't been helpful, say, because we all want to help. We all want to help each other, share stuff, and because this is a great community. So if you have got problems and it hasn't been a help, you know, let us know, and you know, somehow we'll find a way. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Anyway.